Right, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Waharakah, Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Now, what I want to go into is the subject of the mark of the beast. A very important topic, because the time is nigh upon us, man, where the hour of temptation is going to be manifest, and it's going to manifest through that mark of the beast, which is the implantable RFID chip. And we here at Great Millstone, beginning with the apostles and elders, throughout the years, we've gone into it and broken it down and brought out more information and shown the infrastructure and everything that the mark of the beast is going to be built on. And what we're saying makes sense. There's no confusion. It's not confusing at all. It just makes sense. It's practical. It's in your face. Now, these other guys, which a lot of them have sold out, and that's why they're teaching what they're teaching. They're not allowed to teach against the implantable RFID chip or teach it as being the mark of the beast. Some of them are just stupid, and then some of them have done sold out. They know better. These guys are teaching that the mark of the beast is Christianity, that if you believe in Christianity, you have the mark of the beast. And they've said other silly things, or, you know, if you sleep with a white woman, you got the mark of the beast and all this crap. And basically, because their doctrine is so messed up, every time they come out with a new part of the doctrine, it doesn't make any sense. So they'll teach that Israelites are going to be beheaded. The saints, the Israelites, are going to be beheaded or destroyed for not worshipping the beast, for not taking the mark of the beast. Yet they'll say that Revelations 13 and 16 applies to nations and not to people. That's because they're making a vain attempt to they're trying to do what we do. What we do, we go into the real world and we show you how it's going to work. They tried to do it and it didn't work out because basically your doctrine is incorrect. It don't add up. Point blank period. So I'm gonna start the video off here while they're going into Revelation 13 and 16, and you know, hopefully you be edified.
Read on.
It's funny that Johanna teaches the exact same thing, ISUPK, and both these guys are 501c3 charter, sold out.
Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
And he causeth all. He causeth all. He causeth all. In this chapter, what is it making reference to? Yes.
Verse 8.
Huh?
Verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship.
Very good.
Talking about the people, talking about individuals.
And all that dwell upon the earth. And the bottom of verse 7. Read the bottom of verse 7.
And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
Right. Now, read verse 16 again.
When he causeth all, both small and great.
Stop. Read it slow.
And he causeth all, both small and great.
Read it slow. You're rushing.
And he causeth all, both small
nations. Go ahead.
And great.
And great nations. A small nation is called what today? Third world country. What's a great nation called?
That's not what a small nation is, and that's not what the word small means. Okay? Most nations on the earth are small nations because they don't have any power. They have a low rank in the earth. There are even certain European countries that have no rank, have a low rank in the earth. Alright? The small ain't talking about the first or the third world, or the second world, or whatever the hell you wanna call it. It gets into money later on in the verse. What it's talking about here is rank. Okay, power. and it's talking about individuals.
The free world. Right, a superpower. The European countries. Go ahead.
Rich and poor.
Stop there. Let's get the... See, what they're going to try and do is make it look like this is just talking about rich and poor nations, free and bond nations, small and great nations. So basically, it's like, you know, splitting the world in two down those lines. No, it's not talking about that. It's talking about all manner of people, all manner of individuals. The small represents your average person, your commoner. All right, you go to the Greek word.
Strong's G 3398, Mikras. Mikras.
All right. Small, little, we jump down, of rank or influence. Little, so they have a small rank or influence. So it's talking about your commoner. Your common person in society doesn't have much rank or influence over other people. All right. This is talking about your common person. So what the scripture is taking you is that when it says all, it includes whether you're a commoner, or to contrast that, let's look at the word great.
Strong's G 3173, Megas. Megas.
It means great. And the definition we're looking for here, predicated of rank. Persons of eminent for ability, virtue, authority, or power, like the President of the United States. That's a person that is a great person in the society. He has power and authority. There's things esteemed highly for their importance. All right, that's your so-called important people, your movers and shakers, your Tony Blairs, your captains of industry. All right, your judges. These are people who with power and influence in society. They will also have to be chipped. They will also have to receive the mark of the beast if they want to buy and sell. So whether you're a common person or you're a person of note or of stature in the society, you're going to have to take you're included in the all. Let's move on. I ain't talking about no nations. And these dudes are just trying hard because they want to bring this embargo, which we're going to show is erroneous.
Poor. Rich nations are called what? You just said it. Same thing. He's saying the same thing. Jonathan, let me use different words.
No, he's not saying the same thing. He's simply describing different demographics of people within society to show you that it encompasses everybody, whether you're small or great, rich or poor, free or bond. He's not saying first world nations and third world nations. It's not talking about nations, period. It is individuals that are going to be tempted to take the mark of the beast, not nations. A nation is not going to receive the mark.
Words.
Jake don't listen.
Right.
So you gotta say it clear and clear.
So let's go into what does it mean rich and poor. Well, that speaks for itself. A so-called poor person of low disposable income and wealth, and rich, someone of high wealth, like a guy like Warren Buffett. He's gonna have to take the chip. Floyd Mayweather, you might think he's rich. He gonna have to take the chip. All right, the hour of temptation is gonna come upon every man. All right, let's keep going.
Read again.
And he causeth all, both small
nations
and great
nations, rich nations
and poor
nations,
free.
What's a free nation? Give me a free nation. America's the free world. Europe is a free.
America's the free world. Give me a break.
world. Go ahead.
And bond.
And the citizens are in debt to the international bankers.
Those are what? Third world countries. Go ahead.
Why are the third world countries in? First of all, Greece Greece is in problems with the IMF just like any other African nation. And Greece is in the EU. So you guys don't know what you're talking about. The free is talking about your so-called freemen. Alright, if you're watching this program right now or watching this video right now and you're not in jail and you have the liberty within the law to walk up and down the street, you can get up when you want, you know. Obviously you have the liberty as long as you follow the statutes. So you can get yourself a driver's license as long as you meet the requirements, and you can drive with a driver's license. You have that freedom, so to speak. If you have a passport, then you can fly and leave the country. Yeah, that's what it means by a free man. All right, in accordance with Rome, Paul would have been considered a free man as a Roman citizen. Now, bond is, you're talking about your prisoner. Prisoners are bond. They're people that are under bonds. They're under physical bonds. So what the scriptures is telling you is that there's going to be no difference between a free man and a man that's basically in bonds. All right, like Akon said, I get locked up, they won't let me out. This is what a bond man, a bond represents. Let's look up the word bond. All right, in this scripture, that's what he's talking about, because you gotta understand these demographics exist, and a lot of times a person that was free would think that he would be exempt from certain things that a bondman would have to endure. But in this case, the scripture says he's gonna cause all. So Esau ain't gonna care if you're small or great, rich or poor, or whether you're so-called free or whether you're in prison. So the prisoners are going to be getting chipped. They're going to have to take that chip. And you people that you going to have, you citizens, you're going to have to take the chip too. Now let's get the word bond. A slave, a bondman, a man of servile condition. All right? That's what a prisoner is, a bondman. All right? They're under some serious conditions. Everything about their life is controlled. They don't have any freedoms. Their freedoms are taken away. Or should I say their liberties. Alright? Now that's not to say that we are completely free, because it's in this society we're not free to serve the Lord. Alright? We are in captivity. But in accordance to what the scripture is actually talking about, when he said free and bond, he's talking about a social status. The difference between a bond slave and a so-called freeman. Like I said, Paul would have been considered a freeman. All right, freeborn, free, exempt, unrestrained, not bound by an obligation. All right. So you see, like how you're in the society right now, you basically work and blah blah blah. You do what you got to do on a daily basis, and as long as you follow the statutes, that's it. When you're a prisoner, man, you're put in bonds. All right, you're restrained. Right, you're told when to sleep, when to eat, where you can be, where you can't be. You're given a specific amount of hours of exercise. You're basically going back into hardcore slavery, right? Hardcore. All right, let's go.
Mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Now that's the verse we wanted to get through this whole day.
Right. Ooh.
Wow. RFID chip. Ooh. RFID chip. What does it stand for? Radio frequency identification. But wait a minute. Did that mention? Read it again.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Go ahead.
And that no man might.
So also remember that this is a vision that he saw. So he actually saw people receiving this mark. All right.
Buy or sell.
No man might buy or sell. Now, when it says man here, it's talking about individuals. It's not talking about nation. Or it would have said that no nation. It ain't talking about nation. It's talking about man.
save he that had the mark.
Stop. So the subject.
Nate and them they always like to say, oh, the scripture says right hand, doesn't say left hand. Well, it says man here. It doesn't say woman. So can a woman have the mark of the beast? Let's just throw that one out there for you.
Is with this particular mark, you can't buy or sell. Can somebody tell me what a radio frequency chip has to do with that?
RFID technology is the key to cashless digital transactions. So yeah, the RFID has a lot to do with buying and selling in this modern age. Alright, and it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to the fulfillment of his prophecies.
A radio frequency identification is meant as what? A GPS.
It can actually do more than be a GPS. It's a form of identification for what? For one thing. So something can be quantified and identified in the digital structure, the Internet of Things. Also used for GPS. Alright, it can also be used for access. Alright, it can also be used for payment. Alright, contactless payment. Alright, and I shouldn't even have to explain that to you now in 2018, because that technology is when I first came in the truth, that technology weren't out there like that. Now everyone's using their phones and their like cards to pay for things, and the phones and the cars have got RFID technology inside. That's how it works.
To find location. Where's my dog?
A lot of like, if you're a forklifter, a lot of the new forklift trucks work with an RFID key. A lot of workplaces, to get, even schools, to get from one room to another, you got to use a key reader which has RFID. I mean, come on, man.
A sister wrote me and said, my dog has an RFID chip. I said, well, maybe he can go buy some land for you. Simple as hell. A radio.
So who already made a simple statement just now? Because all I ask you to do is type in RFID payment, and you'll see who's really being a simple one. But I don't believe Nate's being simple. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. The dude's a detective, so it would have only took 2 minutes of research to realize that the RFID can be used in a payment system. But apparently he's a detective, but he can't do a 2-minute research. You know, he can't do a Google search. That shows to me either he's completely incompetent as a detective and a priest, or he's doing this on purpose. And I would go for the latter.
Frequency identification chip is like a you can find the location of whoever got that. Yeah.
Like in your Metro card, from your phone, your car, whatever you lose, you'll find it.
Right. Those are there's chips in there.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the Mentor card, because over here in the UK we got what's known as the Oyster card, and it's for contactless payment.
To load for locations. Now,
Galatians 13 verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor,
talking about nations,
free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
So this mark is right. This mark is a philosophy, a doctrine. Somebody might jump up and say, hey, prove that it's a philosophy. There's no scriptures. Is there a scripture that talks about that? Yes. Where? Joshua.
Ezekiel 9:6.
Not that. Nope. Colossians 2.
Completely different word for mark. The word for mark in Ezekiel 9:6 means a mark of exemption. There's different words for the word English word mark in the Bible. The word in the Greek in the book of Revelations means a graven thing, something inserted or graven into, cut into.
Colossians 2:8. It's going to explain the mark.
Have you ever seen people that has had their arms amputated? How they gonna get the chip?
See, now they're trying to make loopholes. Listen, man, these people are wicked, man. Now they're trying to make loopholes. These people are crazy. Ain't no loopholes. It don't matter where you receive that mark. If you receive that, the whole issue isn't where you receive the mark, but that you receive the mark. the vast majority of people are going to receive the mark in their right hand, because most people are right-handed. Some of you are going to take it in your left hand, and some of you are going to take it in your forehead. Some of you is going to be both. They even told on themselves.
Colossians 2:8.
Here it comes.
Beware lest any man spoil you.
Wait, read it right so they can understand.
Colossians 2:8. Beware.
Beware, be warned.
Lest any man.
Lest any man
I don't know why he's repeating that, but still.
Spoil you through philosophy.
Through what?
Philosophy.
Philosophy.
And vain deceit.
And vain deceit.
After the tradition of men.
After the tradition of men. Which men primarily was Paul addressing, making reference to? Anybody know? Was he talking about the Africans? Malachi.
The white man.
The white man. Rome, because Rome was in power. So he made it simple. That's any man. What man? Because you could not come out and say I'm talking about the white man, Rome, because what would have happened? You get killed. Rome didn't play like that.
Probably talking about you wicked ass Jakes. The other ones that are filled with superstition and tradition. You know, like that.
He said, I'm any man. It could be your father. Paul was very slick when he spoke. Read Colossians 2:8 again.
He's slick.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
Watch this. Let's go back to Revelation 13. Because somebody said, there's no scripture that talks about philosophy. We just proved you a liar, brother.
But so how does that go? What the hell does that got to do with the mark of the beast? And how is the philosophy? How does that even work? So if you don't have this particular philosophy, men are going to be getting killed, but it's really for nations to accept, and then certain men are going to be beheaded. It doesn't even make any sense what you're talking about. All right.
You could go into the Greek till your head falls off. You will not.
I want you to go into the Greek.
Find a scripture about a chip.
Well, you can't find a scripture about an IC, intercontinental ballistic missile. The word intercontinental, the word missile is not in the Bible, period. Neither is the word intercontinental missile, and you're not going to find that in any lexicon. So don't you teach that America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction? Aren't the missiles spoken of in the scriptures, in dark sayings? It shows you these dudes are finished, man. Can you show me the word African American in the Bible, or Negro, or black person?
And the only chip I'm getting is potato chip. That's it. Ain't gonna be nothing. Read that again.
And he calls it, Revelation 13:16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor.
Rich nations, poor nations.
Free and bond.
Free nations, bond nations.
To receive a mark.
To receive a mark.
In their right hand.
In their right hand. Now with your right hand, because somebody might say, why does it say a mark in your right hand?
Really, what I want to do is skim through this way.
Go to a business meeting and put out your left hand. They look at you funny. They said never trust them. Understand that? You give oaths with your right hand. Now you might say, I need a little bit more. Now, let's see what Rome did. Right.
Valiant men, and such as...
Wait a minute.